हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू कबीर हर्ष एकेडमी। हम स्टार्ट आज करने वाले हैं ऑफ क्रिमिनल मिस अप्रोप्रिएशन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी अंडर सेक्शन 403 से स्टार्ट करेंगे ऑफ आईपीसी। डिसऑनेस्ट misappropriation of property. Whoever dishonestly misappropriates or convert to his own use any movable property shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to 2 years and with fine or with both. Illustration: A takes property belonging to Z out of Z's possession in good faith, believing at the time when he takes it that the property belongs to himself. Is not guilty of theft, but if A, after discovering his mistake, dishonestly appropriates the property to his own use, he is guilty of an offense under this section. Explanation: a dishonest misappropriation for a time only is a misappropriation within the meaning of this section. Then section 404, dishonest misappropriation of property possessed by deceased person at the time of his death. Whoever dishonestly misappropriates or converts to his own use property, knowing that such property was in the possession of a deceased person at the time of that person's decease, and his has not since been in the possession of any person legally entitled to such possession, shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to 3 years, shall also be liable to fine, and if the offender at the time of such person deceased person was employed by him as a clerk or servant, the imprisonment may extend to 7 years. Illustration: Z dies in possession of furniture and money. His servant A, before the money comes into the possession of any person entitled to such possession, dishonestly misappropriates it. A has committed the offense defined in this section. Of criminal breach of trust, section 405, criminal breach of trust. Whoever being in any manner entrusted with property or with any dominion over property, dishonestly misappropriates or converts to his own use that property, or dishonestly uses or dispose of that property in violation of any direction of law prescribing the mode in which such trust is to be discharged, or of any legal contract expressed or implied which he has made touching the discharge of such trust, or willfully suffers any other person so to do, commits criminal breach of trust. Explanation: a person being an employer of an establishment, whether exempted under section 17 of the Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952 or not, who deducts the employee's contribution from the wages payable to the employee for credit to a provident fund or family pension fund established by any law for the time being in force, shall be deemed to have been entrusted with the amount of the contribution so deducted by him, and if he makes default in the payment of such contribution to the said fund in violation of the said law, shall be deemed to have dishonestly used the amount of said contribution in violation of a direction of law as aforesaid. Essential ingredients to constitute an offense of criminal breach of trust: it is essential that the prosecution must prove first of all that the accused was entrusted with some property or with any dominion or power over it. It has to be established further that in respect of the property so entrusted, there was dishonest misappropriation or dishonest conversion or dishonest use or disposal in violation of a direction of law or legal contract by the accused himself or by someone else which he willingly suffered to do. it follows automatically for his definition that the ownership or beneficial interest in property in respect of which criminal breach of trust is alleged to have been committed must be in some person other than the accused, and the latter must hold it on account of some person or in some way for his benefit. CM Narayan versus State of TC 1953 case law. Sardar Singh versus State of Haryana 1977 case law. Criminal breach of trust, where accused being himself owner of property transferred it to his wife during subsistence of his contract with developer for constructing flats thereon. It did not constitute criminal breach of trust. Anand Kumar Mohta versus State of Delhi 2019 case law. Criminal breach of trust and cheating law recognizes difference between simple payment, investment of money, and entrustment of money or property. May a breach of promise, agreement, or contract does not ipso facto constitute offense of criminal breach of trust under section 405 without there being clear case of entrustment. In context of contracts, distinction between mere breach of contract and cheating would depend upon fraudulent inducement and mens rea. For sustaining these charges, existence of fraudulent or dishonest intention right at the beginning of the transaction with mens rea must be shown. Breach of contractual obligation which are accompanied by fraudulent, dishonest, or deceptive inducement resulting in involuntary and inefficient transfer stand criminalized under section 415 IPC. Satish Chandra Ratan Lal Shah versus State of Gujarat 2019. Now, punishment for criminal breach of trust. Whoever commits criminal breach of trust shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to the year 3 years and shall also be fine or both. Cheating and forgery, when issue as to be genuineness of documents, forgery of which was the basis of the criminal proceeding, was pending consideration in civil suit. FIR ought not to have been allowed to continue in this case, as it would prejudice the interests of parties and the stand taken by them in the civil suit. Of cheating, section 415, cheating, whoever by deceiving any person fraudulently or dishonestly induces the person so deceived to deliver any property to any person or to consent that any person shall retain any property or intentionally induces the person so deceived to do or omit to do anything which he would not do or omit if he were not so deceived, and which act or omission causes or is likely to cause damage or harm to that person in body, mind, reputation, or property is said to cheat. Explanation: a dishonest concealment of fact is a deception within the meaning of this section. Illustration: A by falsely pretending to be in a civil service, ये एग्जाम्पल आ चुका है पहले भी, intentionally deceives Z and thus dishonestly induces Z to let him have a credit have on credit goods for which he does not mean to pay. A cheats. Essential ingredients: the ingredients required to constitute an offense of cheating are: पहला, there should be fraudulent or dishonest inducement of a person by deceiving him. Second, A, the person so deceived should be induced to deliver any property to any person or to consent that any person shall retain any property. Or B, the person so deceived should be intentionally induced to do or omit to do anything which he would not do or omit if he were not so deceived. And third, in case covered by 2B, The act or omission should be on which causes or is likely cause damage or harm to the person induced in body, mind, reputation, or property. Ramjas versus State of UP 1976. Section 415 has two parts. While in the first part, the person must dishonestly or fraudulently induce the complaint to deliver any property, the second part need not necessarily relate to property. GV Rao versus HLV Prasad, Case Law 2000. Mens rea, dishonest intention. To hold a person guilty of the offense of cheating, it has to be shown that his intention was dishonest at the time of making the promise. Such a dishonest intention can be inferred from the mere fact that he could not subsequently fulfill the promise. State of Kerala versus AP Pillai, 1972 case law. Harm. The word harm means injury to person in mind, body, reputation, or property. Damage. Status of admission card. Particular instance. Criminal breach of trust, fraud and cheating, and breach of contract. Simply satire. Section 416, cheating by personation. A person is said to cheat by personation if he cheats by pretending to be some other person or by knowingly substituting one person to another or repeating that he or any other person is a person other than he or such other person really is. Explanation: the offense is committed whether the individual personated is a real or imaginary person. Illustration: A cheats by pretending to be a certain rich banker of the same name. A cheats by personation. Scope: in order to constitute an offense under section 416, there must be cheating in addition to personation, and the personation must be for the purpose of cheating. State of MP versus Padam Singh 1973. Of mischief, section 425, mischief: whoever with intent to cause or knowing that he is likely to cause wrongful loss or damage to the public or to any person causes the destruction of any property or any such changes in any property or in the situation thereof as destroyed or diminish its value or utility or affects it injuriously, commits mischief. Explanation 1: it is not necessarily to the offense of mischief that the offender should intend to cause loss or damage to the owner of the property injured or destroyed. It is sufficient if he intend to cause or loss knows that he is likely to cause wrongful loss or damage to any person by injuring any property whether it belongs to that person or not. Wrongful loss: to attract section 425 IPC, it must be established that there was wrongful loss or damage to the property in question unless it is proved that property was destroyed or underwent such a change that is diminished to value or value of the property. Jadan versus State 1973 case law. Section 426, punishment for mischief: whoever commits mischief shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to 3 months or with fine or with both.